The dawn of a new age is upon us. During their 6th anniversary livestream and associated dev talk, LSS confirmed that Silver Age will be fully released in November alongside 10 pre-constructed decks later in February. There's so much good stuff to talk about, so much I'm excited for. I just want to put all my thoughts into a video so we can all be excited together. Make sure to like the video if you're excited about Silver Age. I want it to reach as many folks as possible so LSS knows we're serious about it. Double check you're subscribed if you love me, and let's get into it. Silver Age, previously known as Project Blue, feels like the fully realized version of Blitz and Commoner, and James White says as much in the dev talk. For the Magic folks out there, this is essentially our Pauper format. Well, it's technically closer to Peasant, but I don't think anybody actually plays that format. In Silver Age, only basic, common, and rare cards are legal. No super rares, no majestics, no legendary equipment, and no fables. Heroes use their young versions, which is effectively just 40-card decks and half the starting life. One of the biggest differentiating factors is that LSS is actually going to support Silver Age at the highest levels of competition. To my knowledge, the only way to engage in competitive, officially sanctioned Pauper events is through Moto challenges. LSS already has Silver Age on the World Tour schedule, with 3 Battle Hardens in Valencia, Seattle, and Hong Kong all before the end of the year. As mentioned earlier, to really kickstart this budding competitive format, LSS is releasing 10 pre-constructed Silver Age decks in mid-February of next year. James and Gottlieb emphasized during their dev talk that these precons are thoroughly tested, full-power decks out of the box, ready to crack, sleeve, and register at the highest level of competition. Your $20 ticket to the $2 million World Tour. Slick. They're in such a unique position to be able to do this, and I think it's actually genius. Competitively viable precons from every TCG are faced with a problem, from Fab's Armory decks to MTG's Event and Challenger decks, and even Pokemon's League Battle decks. The ever-looming boogeyman known as the secondary market. If LSS wanted to release a full-power CC deck complete with a Tunic, a set of CNC and E-Strike, Shelters, and an Eye of Ophidia just for good measure, and stick it on the LGS shelf for $50, that would certainly give a lot of folks an easy on-ramp to competitive Fab. You know what else it would do? Make everyone else's cards worthless. This isn't a concern when all the rarest and most expensive cards are not legal in your format. Silver Age is the perfect place to make truly competitive decks readily available. This almost scratches the living card game itch, where someone can feel like buying this one product gives them a complete experience with the game, as opposed to something that feels like it's missing something by design. And this isn't to say there's no room for bling in Silver Age. Tons of previously unexciting extended arts, promos, cold, and gold foils have a new lease on life. No promises on your bunker beards. So for $20, you're getting an entirely tournament-ready experience, which is something I don't think any TCG has truly accomplished in the past. And with your $20 precon, they're including a booster pack of the upcoming set. Obviously, we don't have deck lists yet, so we're going on the word of the devs that these are tested, optimized decks ready for competitive play. I, for one, am optimistic. And to tie in with these 10 full-power precons, we're being told that Silver Age is going to play a large part in the World Tour moving forward. As mentioned previously, it's already confirmed that the rest of 2025 will have 3 Silver Age battle-hardened events in Valencia, Seattle, and Hong Kong. I definitely can't make it to any of those, but I am so eager to get into some Silver Age tournaments. I think it's going to be an excellent secondary format for split format events like Nats, Pro Tours, and Worlds. I don't want Draft to get replaced entirely, as I know tons of folks for whom Limited is their favorite way to engage with the game, but I think you could alternate your secondary formats per event. Or, and this might teeter on too complicated, but I don't hate a Day 1 CC draft into a Day 2 Silver Age CC. Once LL gets figured out, stay with me here, I think it would be awesome to have Worlds split into CC draft Day 1, Silver Age Living Legend Day 2 into a CC Top 8. Logistical nightmare? Probably. Taxing on the players? Probably. Sick as hell? Absolutely. I'd expect Silver Age to be an optional format for upcoming RTN and PQ seasons, and it's surely only a matter of time before we get a Silver Age calling to really farm some metagame data. One other thought, and again we're getting ambitious here, but I think the faster game time coupled with the substantially lower cost to entry makes the Conquest tournament format a really appealing idea. If you're not familiar, in Conquest format tournaments, players would bring 2 separate decks and have to win a game with both of them in order to win the match, making it a best 2 out of 3 but with multiple decks. There are variations of the format, such as bringing 3 decks and banning one from the opponent so they can't use it during the match, but I think the simplest iteration would be best to start off. And considering the cost of 2 Silver Age precons equals that of 1 Armory deck, we're still in what I would consider very reasonable pricing for a highly competitive product. Also, having a hero ban rate metric during tournament coverage would just be really cool. Alternative formats such as this, Pauper, Gym Leader Challenge, and retro Yu-Gi-Oh! Formats like GOAT and Edison would make for some amazing tournaments, and it's so dope that LSS is giving this one the support it needs to thrive. As far as the hero choices for the precons, I think they did a great job offering a diverse choice of playstyles and character aesthetics, which is crucial as a way to hook new players. A booster included is a simple yet really enticing value add. I can envision the ideal experience where 2 friends walk into the LGS, see these decks, pick the hero they identify with the most, and sit down to jam. They crack their packs, trade any relevant upgrades with each other, and go again. Boom. Hooked. Chef's kiss to product R&D over there. If I had one singular nitpick on the box designs that we've seen so far, I think it's a bit confusing to only have the full hero names for Arachne and Bravo. I figure this is to differentiate from the other hero forms, but Dash, Dorinthia, Enigma, and KO also have different hero forms as well. This would also future-proof the product in the event of a new Viserai, Azalea, Icelander, or Phi. I could see an uninformed newer player seeing Arachne and Bravo with a subtitle and thinking it's either a more complicated deck or even a supplementary set meant to match with some other foundational Arachne or Bravo deck. Again, this is a nitpick. Overall, I think these are just an A+ friggin' slam dunk product release. I can't wait for speculation on future releases, especially if there are new exclusive cards to look forward to. As mentioned, these decks are going to come with a booster pack for the upcoming set, which we know has the 3-letter set code PEN. Tinfoil Hats have suggested that this could be short for Penumbra, and this would tie right into the themes of what many expect to be the next set, Monarch 3. I, for one, am praying for this to be the case. I think the whole Solana, Demonastery aesthetic is rad as hell, and I would expect Runeblades to be one of the featured classes. Did I mention I love Runeblades? One possible hole to poke into the Monarch 3 theory is that, if it were a Light and Shadow set, none of the Silver Age precon heroes have the Light or Shadow talent, and it might be weird to include in your precon a booster pack that will contain mostly cards you can't play with. This could also be a non-issue, however, as the Dev Talk also revealed that this upcoming set will contain, and I'm paraphrasing here, a whole lot of support for Silver Age. My best guess is that this means we're going to see a lot of rare, generic equipment. I don't imagine players would be too happy if the expansion slot of the set was clogged up with a bunch of rares, but I'm sure LSS has something up their sleeve. They're obviously making calculated decisions. At the very least, the bonus boosty can make for some fun, low-stakes prizing. Crack 2 precons, play for the packs. Sounds fun to me. As far as this channel goes, we are absolutely cooking up some Silver Age content. Expect some deck techs leading up to the format release, as well as some gameplay, both Talishar and live. I do believe the first Fated episode of our podcast is going to have Silver Age as the main topic, so be on the lookout for that in the very near future. We're going to do a tier list. Everyone loves a tier list. Once the 10 pre-constructed decks release, we want to run them all through a league, which would make for a really fun video series. We'll run games until every hero has played against every hero, then do some sort of rad playoff situation. Maybe run a community vote on who they think will win each week, giveaways to those who call it, live stream the top 8. So many possibilities, my brain is exploding. In case you couldn't tell, I'm ready to step into the Silver Age. Hope to see you there. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Like the video if you're excited for Silver Age, and let me know in the comments what other sort of Silver Age content you'd like to see in the future. Make sure you're subscribed, consider joining as a channel member for some bonus content, and as always, have a great day.